Hi, Elle Ingalls here at pressure-free.com. I'm in my bathroom and there's my Eiffel Tower, my inspiring Eiffel Tower. I have my vision board on my mirror and I have a really inspiring note from my son. So welcome to my bathroom. Talks with Elle in the bathroom. Tonight what I want to talk about is how your psychology informs your biology and your biology informs your psychology. And if you can get a handle on this, which is what Pressure Free is all about, you can start to interrupt your psychology from informing your biology and your biology from informing your psychology. That is really the essence of Pressure Free. And I want to share a couple of things that a lot of people don't know about stress and about stress hormones that really can make a huge difference for you. So one of the things is that there are two floods of hormones. The second flood of hormones goes out to actually fix your brain cells and your major muscle cells that have been damaged during the first flood of hormones. They go out to get the salt, sugar, water content back to normal so that your brain cells are healthier and are restoring back to health. However, the second flood of hormones has a lot of negative side effects. One of those side effects is that when glucocorticoids, which are the second flood of hormones, can hit your brain cells or hits your nervous system in your brain, it can make you feel anxious for no reason. So you might have feelings of anxiety that it's like when you're kind of worried and you don't know why. Like there's no real reason why you should be this worried about something, but it's like your head is just in those looping worried thoughts. So that's often just because glucocorticoids have hit your brain, and that's why you're feeling that way. I was sharing this once with a young client who said to me, wow, so you're telling me if I prevent the first flood of hormones from going out, the second flood doesn't go out, and I won't be so crazy? And I'm like, yes, that is the truth. That's what we're working with here. So that's a case of your biology, the hormones, affecting how you feel and how you think. They also are a root cause of insomnia. So sometimes when that flood of hormones goes out, you will have trouble sleeping. You'll be wide awake because cortisol is a little wake-up drug. So let's go the other route now. So your biology affecting your psychology, what we just did. Now how your psychology is affecting your biology. So when you trigger the fight or flight stress response, our brains change drastically. You're going to be working and operating from your survival brain, not from the outer part of your brain, your cortex and your hippocampus and these lobes here and all of this activity. So let's take the ones in the back. The hippocampus is your thinking and remembering. It's where you store memory. It's where you lodge memory. It's where you store memory. A lot happens back in here. If you have test anxiety or social anxiety, you're in a situation where you meet someone new and you forget who they are. You forget the name like 5 seconds later, like, you're not stupid. It's just that your hippocampus is shut down because you had a little bit of social anxiety when you went to the party and you can't remember that person's name. So test anxiety, the same thing. You can't remember, you can't retrieve because that part of your brain is somewhat shut down. So cortex here, your executive function, making decisions. A lot of times people say, well, teens' cortex isn't fully developed. That is true, but at the same time, if you can help a teenager not trigger fight or flight so much, they will make far better decisions. Adults as well. Adults do not make good decisions when they're in fight or flight. Neither do teenagers. So a lot of times we'll blame it on the fact that the teenager's brain is still growing. Sorry, I don't buy it. I have worked with so many teens and helped them become pressure free, and they are such better decision makers as a result. So don't go with that myth. It's true that it's still growing, the cortex is still forming, but you have so much of ability to make good decisions when you're not in fight or flight. There's two parts in your brain, two centers in the brain for willpower in this outer brain. Those shut down too. So stop beating yourself up if you're binging, if you're turning to stuff, to food, to chocolate, to alcohol. You'll turn to those to comfort yourself. And I just love to tell my clients, like, it's not your fault. You didn't know. You triggered stress hormones, and that's why we go into those behaviors. So if you don't want to go into those behaviors, if those behaviors are causing you some ill health, I've worked with clients who said, I feel like my brain is broken from smoking so much weed. I feel like my liver is just like crapping out on me because I drink so much because I'm so stressed at the end of the night that I'm turning to wine or beer and harder liquors. Smoking, we turn to smoking to try and calm ourselves. That actually helps us actually slow down our breathing, okay? So there's all this crap that we're doing to try and feel better. And yet it's wreaking havoc with our bodies and our minds. So pressure-free is the fastest way to get out of the stress cycle. The stress cycle lasts up to 9 hours in males and up to 24 hours in females, which is why there's a huge gender difference in some of the ways that we react to things. It's also a reason for a lot of glass ceilings. So when you can start to learn this method with me, I'm going to help you break that so that you don't really have that biology, biology downward spiral happening. We start to turn it the other way. We start to get our biology to help our psychology feel better, keep dopamine flowing, the whole deal. It's so great when you can finally be using your mind and body the way you're supposed to. Your brilliance will come out. I really stand for that with my clients. I stand for a couple things. One is that you are a genius. What's between your ears is genius material. It's just that in fight or flight, we shut it off all the time. Everybody is a genius. We just need to flip the switches and make this working for us. And then the other thing I really stand for with my clients is that I believe that you deserve to have a really fulfilling and beautiful life. And with pressure-free, that is possible because you stop overreacting and you stop self-sabotaging so much of the brilliant things that you are capable of. So just speaking really bold here because I'm so on a mission. Those of you who know me know that's true. If you're new to Pressure Free, take a look at my site, elleingles.com or pressure-free.com. If you want to leave me a private message because you don't want to ask something publicly here, drop a comment and I'll be sure to follow up on it, or just give me a private message. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. Again, I stand for true mental wellness, not just a little Band-Aid, not medication, not meditation. It is an actual method to help you become more mentally well and more physically well. So have a great pressure-free night and let's go to Paris sometime.